Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into the first update for Le Mans 2019. So, since 2012 actually, since the first year of Gaza, it's been a regular tradition that we do a few updates and forecasts for the Le Mans event, which always happens, I think it's the second or third weekend of June. For the folks at the Piston Heads Community, they take their pilgrimage annually to Le Mans. And it's become a bit of a tradition that we do some forecasts for the folks at the Piston Heads Community that will be off to Le Mans in just a couple of weeks' time. So it's going to be actually in 2 weeks' time. It's just coming into the time frame of the extended GFS. Now, what you need to know with this, of course, is that this is all very unreliable stuff. So the first week, it's always a case of just looking for a trend within the model output. And then the second week is when we can start adding a little bit of detail into that. But for the first week, it's always just really looking for a trend. But I'll do update number 1 for Le Mans 2019 for the folks at Piston Heads very shortly. Just say that if you're enjoying the content, please like, share and subscribe. Let us know in the comments that you're enjoying what we're doing. So here we go then. We're going to start off on Thursday the 13th of June. This is 300 hours away, so it's a very, very long way out. But a lot of people will be heading over to Le Mans on this day. They'll be pitching up their tents and soaking up the atmosphere. So this is how things are looking on the 13th of June on this latest GFS run. This would be 6 o'clock run of the GFS. The model is updated 4 times a day. So for Thursday 13th of June, under a ridge of high pressure across France, looking very nice under that area of high pressure. Upper air temperatures are warm or very warm across France, really hot down across the south of France, not as warm as that up in the north near Le Mans, but nevertheless, still warmer than average, I would have thought. There's a little bit of cloud and showery rain, though, so it's not dry. There's probably a warm front pushing through here, introducing those warm temperatures from the south of France. But it does involve a cloud and some showery outbreaks of rain. So despite the fact that there's a ridge of high pressure across France, it's perhaps a little bit more unsettled than you might expect. Temperatures, though, are warm. We're up to sort of low 20s Celsius. You can normally add a degree or two onto these temperatures. So kind of like 21 being suggested for the north of France. Add a couple of degrees on. It will be pretty warm and humid, actually, that with cloud and sort of showery outbreaks of rain. We'll go through to Friday the 14th. More people, of course, will be heading over to Le Mans on this day. And the ridge then is starting to move up to the east-northeast. Low pressure is developing out to west of Ireland. This is starting to pull up a really, really hot southerly wind into France. There's the upper air temperatures with extreme heat, actually, surging northwards out of Spain and the south of France. We've got 20 Celsius isotherm there heading in towards the north of France, which is really unusual to get that in the middle of June. That's normally something you would expect to see much later in the summer. It's a mainly dry day across France as well. There'd be plenty of sunshine coming through. Notice all this wet weather into the UK and the Bay of Biscay. That's thunderstorms being pulled northwards with that heat and humidity. It's a really hot day across France as well. Temperatures widely being forecast to be sort of upper 20s to low 30s. In the north of France with Le Mans, it's not as warm as that, not as hot as that. Even so, the model is going for kind of like 26, 27, just around 80 Fahrenheit. I would think 30 degrees is easily achievable there across the north of France in what would be a very hot and sunny day. So we go through to day 1 of Le Mans. This is Saturday the 15th of June. And so that cold front is heading in from the Atlantic into the UK and into France too. That cold front is coming into those hot temperatures, of course, and all of the humid air. So it could well act as a trigger for thunderstorms. Upper air temperatures are still looking pretty hot there across much of France, although you notice it is beginning to cool down out in the west of France. That's behind the cold front as Atlantic air is beginning to move in from the west. So there's a definite suggestion here for thunderstorms to be breaking out across central and northern parts of France during the course of Saturday for day one of Le Mans. Will make for a very interesting opening day for this event. This is called Cape and Lifted. So this shows the convective potential within the atmosphere. And across northern France, got very, very high levels of Cape and Lifted indeed. In fact, sometimes when the Cape goes this high, it's actually going kind of like off the scale. It will act to cap the atmosphere a little bit. So sometimes the Cape can go too high, and you tend to find just quite a lot of cloud developing with only limited thunderstorms. But of course, it's all really extended range stuff. I mean, we're talking about 348 hours away. It's 2 weeks away. So this kind of detail shouldn't really be included in the video at this point. And in terms of the upper air temperature, well, it's still very warm. It'll be really humid as well, gradually cooling down from the west with these surface temperatures. So we're up to kind of like mid to upper 20s Celsius, but slowly cooler, fresher air is moving in from off the Atlantic behind that cold front. And then we go into day 2 of Le Mans, the final day, Sunday the 16th of June. Sees the winds turning into the west-northwest, bring cooler air back in from off the Atlantic, and of course it's turning a good deal fresher as well. Upper air temperatures lowering, that extreme heat is being pushed out into Germany and central parts of Europe with cooler air heading in from off the Atlantic. Still the suggestion of showers or longer spells of rain across France on day 2 of Le Mans for Sunday the 16th of June. So thunderstorms will be clearing eastwards, followed behind by sunshine and showers in a more Atlantic type air mass. Temperatures have lowered a lot through Sunday. We're down to kind of like mid to upper teens Celsius, so it would feel dramatically cooler and fresher compared to the temperatures that we have on the Friday and the Saturday. You'll probably still get up to around 20 degrees, given a bit of sunshine across northern parts of France, but certainly a lot cooler and a lot fresher. So that is your opening update for Le Mans 2019. So it looks a very interesting weekend, I have to say. We pull up those very high temperatures, gets really hot for a time, and then thunder, followed by a dramatic cool down and sunshine and showers. So it will make for a very, very interesting weekend, not just in terms of the motor race, but also in terms of the weather. It will be really interesting weekend. The caveat, of course, is that it's 2 weeks away, so it's extremely unreliable, and you can expect a lot of changes from this, I would have thought. That's quite an extreme run that the GFS has thrown out there, so I would have thought you expect a lot of changes from that over the next few days, and we'll probably do update number 2 on Monday or Tuesday, so just keep checking back, and there'll be more updates coming up. But there we go, first update for Le Mans 2019. We're up and running. Right, so that's it. Please like, share and subscribe. Let me know that you're enjoying the Le Mans updates this year. That's all for now though, and thanks for watching.